Okay, so back at it. I realized from watching the previous stream yesterday that my audio was my microphone was too quiet and the background music was too loud. So let me just pause or not pause. Let me just mute myself really quickly so I can listen to the audio right now. Hear how it's sounding on the stream really quickly. Let me do this and hello, hello. This is me just make sure my microphone is working properly. I feel like I want to be using a different microphone, honestly. Let me see if I can do the properties. AirPod Pro. Okay. Filters. Let's see how it's sounding. I'm just it's a little bit too loud, huh? Okay. For tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna have my Shure SMB microphone hooked up to my computer. For today, I just have to do. Sorry, I was just hearing myself talking. Okay, so let me just let me just turn down this. Close that. Okay. Um, I'm setting up my audio. So I have these AirPods in my ears right now. If you can see that. Let me and I'm currently using this microphone, but it doesn't sound the greatest. Honestly, I think that it would be much better to be using a different microphone because these could potentially die and then I'd have to switch to microphone anyway. Um, I do have a Shure SMB microphone, which is a pretty decent microphone that I can plug into my computer. I just don't have a stand for it currently, so um, I'm waiting for that to arrive in the mail, and then tomorrow, hopefully, I will have a decent microphone set up. But for today, coding wise, I want to start off where we left off, um, which is hold up. I'm checking out when this is getting the stand that I ordered is getting in here on Monday actually, so that's not tomorrow. I might have to use like a makeshift tripod stand for tomorrow for my microphone. um. Okay. So I'm just trying to set up my stream right now. So just give me 2 seconds to set this up. Okay, so where we left off yesterday is we had issues trying to get this test folder that I'm messing with. Um, the Go, the Expo Go project that I set up yesterday. It was just wasn't working properly. So let's see if we can actually get it to connect to the iPhone. But also I want to look up Claude design, Claude code integration. I heard that Claude Code is now integrated with Claude Design, or maybe vice versa. Claude Design is integrated with Claude Code. They can sync. And I'm wondering if you can search articles online to try to find information about that and give me the links to those articles and informations. Even if there's like a video on YouTube or something like that. Okay, so apparently, um, set up your design systems in Claude Code. Trying to find the official links now. Creating a design system allows Claude Design to produce outputs that fit into your specifications. Let me duplicate this really quickly. I'm just trying to figure something out on my stream. Rename. Let's do this. Camera 2. New incognito. Oh, that's sick. So I just figured out how to transfer tabs over to new windows. Like, anyways, that was weird. So what's happening right now is I am learning how to set up my live stream in a way that works for me. Um, so sorry for my silence for a little bit, but anyways, here we go. So what's happening is I want to be able to sync a Claude design that I have already with Claude Code. And apparently, Anthropic just released a new rollout that synchronizes these capabilities together. And if I go to this link right here, I can see Claude will automatically check for compliances. Let's listen to this really quickly.
Anthropic's Claude Code changed the AI game last year when it turbocharged our ability to vibe code. No longer did you need a comprehensive An update to Claude Design, announced on Wednesday, is intended to make it easier for Claude users to integrate design and visual assets into their work. Claude Design launched in beta in April, and this week's updates make it easier to keep your AI content aligned with your company's brand guidelines. There will be a new administrator role. This person can set up your design system, which is essentially your brand kit that people can use across projects, not just haphazardly. Claude will automatically check for compliance. You can now import your GitHub repo, design files, and raw uploads to your design system. Claude Code will now be able to pull from your designs and vice versa. You can bring your designs into your coding terminal with the command design. The two capabilities are synced, so you should be able to pull from the most up-to-date elements from each. No back and forth needed. It's been a busy week for Anthropic, and it's only Wednesday. The company was forced to pull its newest AI model, Fable 5, after the U.S. government ordered the company to prevent non-U.S. citizens from using it. The export control order was issued over the weekend after it found a jailbreak that circumvented the model's cybersecurity guardrails. The only way to comply with the order, Anthropic.
So basically, there is a way to do this. So let's just go to our terminal window and let's figure out. Let's see. Fable 5 is now back until July 7th. You can use 50% of your plan's weekly usage limit on Fable 5. If you hit your limit, you can continue on Fable 5 with usage credits. Draws down faster than Opus 4.8. Okay, so what I want to do now is I would like to go to Claude and go to my designs and link them because I should be able to see design syncs. Push React design system to What's the best workflow when trying to sync up Claude Design, or when you're trying to update Claude Design? I want to know if you can edit your Claude Design projects locally with Claude Code, or do you have to use the Claude Design website to update your design system?
Tokens must ultimately sync back up to the web core if you want future browser prototypes to inherit them automatically. 1. Local versus web updates. Where to edit? Can you edit your design system locally with Claude Code? Yes, because the Design Sync tool is built directly into Claude Code, you can treat your local component library, for example, your Tailwind configs, CSS variables, React, or Next.js components, as the primary source of truth. Note: if you make modifications to your local repository UI elements, you can use the /design sync skill or the Claude Design MCP server to write those changes back up to the cloud. Claude Code reads your local repository, analyzes your structural code conventions, and updates your design system tokens on claude.ai design. Note: do you have to use the Claude Design website? No, but the website acts as the final gatekeeper for visual assets. The browser dashboard is where your system's global tokens, colors, typescale, utility layers, are housed and locked down. While you can push code updates from your terminal to the design system, if you want to visually refine elements agentically, like adjusting color contrast via chat, utilizing canvas markups, or adding interactive animations, doing it on the browser canvas and publishing a remix is often the smoothest path. 2. The ideal two-way workflow. The most efficient rhythm for engineers leverages both environments depending on whether you are focusing on aesthetics or production-ready implementation. Phase A: core setup and upstream sync, terminal to web. If you already have an existing project and want Claude Design to perfectly mimic your brand style, initialize the link, open your local workspace terminal where your codebase lives. Sync local to cloud, run, design sync within Claude Code. If it's your first time, you can also spin up the dedicated MCP server Claude Help Center. Bash Claude MCP add, scope user, transport http Claude Design api.anthropic.com/v1/design/mcp. Design login. Claude Code reads your local repository styles, colors.css, tailwind.config.js, etc., and automatically scaffolds a corresponding design.md file and token map on the web platform. Phase B: visual iteration, web canvas. When you need to spin up a quick layout or iterate on a feature's look, go to the web browser dashboard at claude.ai design. Your new project automatically inherits the design system you just synced from your local code. Claude Help Center. Use natural language or inline canvas comments to rapidly build a mock-up. For example, add a compact dark mode pricing table using our secondary button components. Claude Help Center. Because it's linked, Claude Design checks its canvas output directly against your real codebase guidelines instead of inventing random colors or... Pro tip for system updates: a design system isn't static. The absolute cleanest way to maintain order across teams is to establish your local component repository or a masterdesign.md file in GitHub as the source of truth. Whenever you alter a component locally, run Design Sync to push it upstream. If someone alters a token via the browser canvas, they should click Publish so Claude Code can pull down the latest variable changes via the MCP link next time you launch the terminal. Claude Help Center.
Can you just give me a, like, 1, 2, 3 step if I'm starting a design project from scratch? Like, I already have a project created, but I just want to understand the workflow if I'm creating a Claude design from complete scratch. And then what I want to do is I want to edit the designs locally. I don't want to use the web interface to modify the designs. And then when I'm finished, I can push it to the web interface, I guess. I just want to, I want to be able to do the designs locally. So can you give me the, like 1, 2, 3 step process for how someone would do this from a brand new file perspective?
If you want to treat your local environment as the complete source of truth, skipping the browser setup entirely and designing text first from scratch, you can do exactly that. Because Claude Design is structurally mapped to a standardized file framework under the hood, you can scaffold it using Claude Code in your terminal and push the finished system up to Claude.ai design when you are ready. Here is the exact 1, 2, 3-step process to build, edit, and push a brand new project locally. The 3-step local first workflow. Step 1. Initialize your workspace and run design login. Before you touch any files, ensure your Claude Code terminal agent is authorized to speak to your Claude Design account. Create a brand new folder on your computer and open it in your terminal. If you haven't already, link the official Claude Design protocol to your CLI. Bash Claude MCP add, scope user, transport http Claude Design API .anthropic.com/v1/design/mcp.run the authentication command. Bash design login. This will open a quick browser window to securely. Step 2. Scaffold and edit your system locally, design.md. Claude Design reads structural design tokens from a standard Markdown specification. Instead of creating code files immediately, you can tell Claude Code to build a local visual framework from text. In your terminal, ask Claude Code to build your blueprint. For example, create a comprehensive design system from scratch for a minimalist surfing tracker app. Use an off-white background, deep ocean blue primary accent. Claude Code will generate a file in your directory called design.md. This file is your canvas. You can open design.md in your local text editor, like VS Code. You can manually edit hex codes, typography sizes, layout hierarchies, or components, or prompt Claude Code locally to keep tweaking the files without ever loading a web page. Step 3. Upstream sync to the web canvas. Once you are completely satisfied with your local design system file and component specifications, you push it to the cloud. Back in your terminal, run the sync command. Code will read your local design.md tokens and
What? Why did that AI just start talking high pitch? What was up with that? Oh my gosh. That was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Okay, so in the terminal, I just want to run design sync push so I can write my Claude Code will read your local design MD file. So it sounds like this design MD file is kind of like the one source of truth for Claude Design. And it's basically everything. By establishing design MD in your local directory right at the start, you bypass AI slop, basically. So what I really want to end up doing right now is I want to just get this design MD file because I already have my designs, like design system. I'm working on it already. It's right here in the browser. I don't like working in this browser UI system like Claude AI/design. I don't know. I just don't like it, quite frankly. I'd rather be using, this or something that's more like local on my computer. So, um, all right. So let's just figure out. I feel like I kind of want to download this design system. So let's figure out how to do this. Claude Code will read your local design MD file. Let's start from scratch. I kind of want to start from scratch, just see what happens. Create a brand new folder on your computer and open it in the terminal section. If you haven't already, link the official Claude design protocol in your CLI. Claude MCP add scope user transport Claude design Anthropic design MCP. I just want to make sure that that's accurate really quickly. So let me share my screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to make sure that this code is actually correct. So let me go to Anthropic's website. All design MCP server. Claude Help Center. Getting started with Claude design. Add the server. Claude MCP. Yeah, this is the actual correct command. Run design login to sign in. So let's try this. And let me share my screen. And then let's go here. Then all right, let's go here. Let's put in let's exit this. Then let's run this. Nope, not that. Wait, I want to figure something out really quickly. When I enter in the incorrect command on a terminal, how do I delete it without having to hold the backspace for like 2 minutes? Installing the MCP server. Added the MCP server for Cloud Design with this URL file config. Let's go to this URL in the browser and check out what this is all about. Nothing. Page isn't working. Interesting. Doesn't work when you enter that in. The nuke option. Delete the whole line. Control C. Control U clears everything from the cursor back to the beginning of the line. Okay, let's try it out. Let's copy some garbage and then paste it in and do Control C. I'll try again. Control U. Control U. Oh, that's what I want. I want Control U. Control U. Control C just does like a new line, basically. Okay, so Oh, I gotta update my sorry, my computer is being weird. Let me update this real quickly. There we go. Okay. So what I just did is I figured out that if I paste a bunch of stuff, I do Control C, Control C does new, but what I wanted to do, which I didn't know that you could do this, but what the heck is going on here? If I do, if I enter a bunch of garbage and then I do Control U, it just backspaces it and actually deletes like whatever command I type in, Control U, and then it deletes it. Because I just did that a second ago, and it's funny because I've been coding for like 10 years and I didn't even know that. But so Anthropic says do this to install run design login to log in. So let me do that really quickly right here. But the one thing I wanted to do is just make sure that I don't know if I want to do that. Run the authentication command. Okay, let's ask Claude to do this real quick. Let's do this. Shit, what's this happening right now? Let me log in real quickly. I'm trying to log in, so 1 second. Let's go here, log in. What there is. You're all set up for Cloud Code. Okay, let me switch back to my computer. So essentially, design system has access authorized. So if you just got here and you're wondering what's happening, I am syncing my Claude code with my Claude design system, and now I have access to it, but I don't really want it to be messing around with this file system. So let me create a new um let me create a new folder here. And let's just call this design, and let's drop that in, and then let's just run Claude in here and access that, and then let's run the design synchronization design sync. Okay, so start by checking the current state of this repo to determine if it is a first sync. See what it says. The working directory is empty. Let me check the surrounding structure. Listening one directory. What is it trying to do? No, I don't want it to do that. I don't want it to check surrounding directories. So, how do I download? Let's ask this. If I have a working design system created in Claude Design, how do I download it locally?
To bring a working design system out of the Claude Design Cloud and pull it into your local development environment, you have two highly efficient pathways depending on whether you want to use the web interface.
One-click web handoff. If you're looking for a beautiful, in the upper right corner of Claude Design canvas, click Export button. Select a delivery menu sent to local coding agent. This generates an authentication handoff building bundle. You copy and paste it directly into your local Claude Code terminal, and it downloads configuration. How about not? Let's just do the poll thing. Push. Design. Sync. Poll. Pretty sure that's what it was. So let's try that. Use memory to view and manage Claude memory. Because we like right now I have design. Like I have a design, it's right here. And it's all created and everything. And so I just was working on it. And you know, I wanted to just be able to, let's see, what scope do you want to pull into this local directory? Source files only. Oh, wait, I was reading that, dude. No. Try this again. Can you create me a design system file with generic information utilizing the files that are in this test folder? Let's see if we can connect our designs. I need to get a haircut. My hair is just looking weird today. Okay, so let's see. Apparently, we have this is downloading the design system into a test design file, and this one created it already. So let's check it out. So this is just using a test system, and it should have, here is the design system it created, and I actually have this open in here. So it should tell me what it created. And so the design system is just a series of JavaScript files and JSON files. But it didn't make a design.md file. Let's try to ask it to make a design.md file. Can you create a design.md file based on the contexts that are in this folder system? This one's still working right here. It's just supposed to be downloading the design that I already have in the web browser. Let's see what it made. So here's what it made. Design documentation for Test Expo, React Native, SDK. This documentation describes the visual language, color spacings, airline gaps. So this is what a design file looks like. Essentially, it's like the one source of truth for your designs, apparently. But when I asked for it, it created this. But I am going to be downloading this complete. It's happening over here. I'm probably just absolutely frying through tokens. I should ask questions about this. As I'm downloading the files, it's using a lot of tokens. I'm wondering if it's just easier to download it from the UI. Like, does it use any tokens at all? Is there a way to download it without using any tokens? How do I change the... Is there a way to change the Claude code thinking process from high, medium, low inside of Claude Code Terminal? To Why is this using so many tokens? Just to download it? Yeah. No, downloading directly from the web UI interface. Doesn't use anything. Go to the upper right corner of the screen, click export button. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Upper right corner of the screen. Export. One self-contained file that works offline. Every file in this project is zipped. Oh, that's what I want. Let's download this. I'm trying to figure out how to get my design system onto my trying to figure out how to get my design system from Claude Design into Claude Code, because yesterday they just released a thing saying that it was possible. So I'm syncing it right now in this, but it's taking a long time and it's using it's using a lot of tokens. So this downloaded already that fast. I don't need these anymore. And let's see what happens. So apparently inside of a design system are, let's open this up in Visual Studio. One second. So currently, when you create a design system within Claude Code, it's just basically taking your fonts. These are the fonts I gave it. These are the images I gave it. Brand logo, brand voice. It creates HTML files for everything. So for instance, like if I have let's say brand logo, it just literally is an HTML file with the image and the name, and then I designed the title of this to be looking a certain way. Like for instance, I can show you right here. I designed it to look like, where is it? Here it is. So I'm probably gonna change this. It's gonna be different, but I designed this to be looking like that, and I have all these logos and stuff like that, and all of this is basically this. But then I have an actual design that I'm working on, so that looks a lot different. What the heck? I'm about to cancel this. What is taking so long? This is just downloading the same thing, I think. Yeah. It's essentially downloading the same thing. I'm gonna cancel this. Cancel. Exit. Exit. Peace. Okay. Yeah. That was just blowing tokens for no reason, essentially. So that's good to know. You don't want to do this command. The command that I just ran, this one, design sync pull, there's no point in doing that because it just blows through tokens, and you can just click download and you can get the same exact files just by clicking export all the files. So there's no point. There's really no point in doing that. Oh, I was looking at it in here. So let's see UI kits. Bars, button fields. I want to be able to load this in my browser so I can see this on my own. So let's try to figure that out. Once I have all the files locally downloaded, how do I run the actual visual representation of the design system on my own local browser?
To bring a working design system out of the Claude Design Cloud and pull it into your local development environment, you have two highly efficient pathways depending on whether you want to use the web interface or the terminal. Zip file from the Claude Design interface and extracted it. Launching the visual representation in your local browser is incredibly straightforward. Depending on what you chose to export, the folder typically contains static web assets, index.html, style sheets, and design token JSON files, or a prototype scaffold. Here is how to spin it up. 1. The quickest way, drag and drop for static HTML CSS. If your export contains a core presentation layer, documentation page, or built-in preview, open the unzipped folder on your computer. Look for a file named index.html or preview.html. Drag that file directly from your File Explorer and drop it into an open tab in your web browser, Chrome, Safari, Brave, etc. Note, while this works for basic styling and layout files, some interactive elements or modular components might block assets from loading due to browser security restrictions, CORS policies, when run directly from a local file, path. 2. The cleanest way, run a local development server. To ensure all design system tokens, custom fonts, and component interactions load perfectly, it is best to serve the folder over a local network, HTTP localhost. You can do this in seconds using a terminal or your text editor. Option A, using VS Code Live Server extension. Open the unzipped folder in Visual Studio Code. If you don't have it, install the Live Server extension by Ritwick Day from the Extensions Marketplace. Open index.html, then click the Go Live.
Okay, so let's try to get this design system locally, viewing it locally. So my first instinct is to try to open this HTML file, which I just did, and it didn't do anything. So there is a preview thing. The issue I'm having is there's not like one source of truth for the actual to view it like this. Let's try this. Oh, what? Oh, it has to generate it? When I exported the file, there is a preview folder, but it has a bunch of individual HTML files for different design elements. There doesn't seem to be one source of truth HTML file. So I tried to export a standalone HTML document that the design system seems to be able to export. So I'm not sure if that's the solution or if there's another solution.
That Solution 1. Use the standalone HTML export mode. Claude Design actually has a specific toggle designed precisely for this. Instead of a standard asset bundle, you can tell it to compile everything into a single, highly dense file, similar to how single-page app builders pack their assets. HTML2o.design by Divriets. Import websites to Figma Designs. Wib HTML CSS Divriets. Go back to your project canvas at claude.ai design. Click the Export button in the upper right. Instead of downloading the default package, select Export as standalone.
Okay, that's what I did, and it seems to be doing a lot of work to do this in the AI. All right, is this downloaded yet? What's taking so long for this to download? Let's ask Claude to try to create it. Can you remove all the files in this directory? Thank you. is the .readme file within the Claude code, um, or no, is the .readme file within the Claude design system documents the same as the design.md file that you can put into your Claude Code project? I need to know this because apparently I'm looking at this in this .readme file looks exactly like the design.md file that's required for a Claude Code design system. And this is a design system made by Claude Design. These are the files, and it doesn't have a design.md label. It has a readme.md label, and it looks exactly like the design.md file that I asked to be created for me here. See this I asked this to create me a design.md file, and I don't know why it made it lowercase, but it looks very similar. It looks very similar. I mean, it's marked down, but like, it doesn't have colors though. No, they're not the same file. The README file and the DesignMD or DesignMD file serve completely different purposes, targeted to different audiences. Breakdown. The AI design system blueprint. The design.md file is a structured markdown format specifically designed to communicate a brand's visual language directly to AI coding agents like Claude Code Cursor. The human onboarding guide. The purpose to explain what the project or design system is, how it's set up, and how to use it. So the README is not really, it's just meant for humans. Design.md is meant for AI agents, and Claude.md is meant for Claude Code. So these are crucial differences, like to specify your design, to specify how you want your code to be written, and to specify what you want human beings to do. I mean, obviously, I know what a README file is, but I just didn't know if Claude was reading it for. I didn't know if the AI was reading it for specific reasons, basically. So, okay, so let's get this AI to start working for us, because what I really want to start doing is to allowing the design system, which is here, and let's see what it says, because I really was waiting for this to download. Design system check is clean. What I fixed. Tokens. Okay. I wanted to download something though. Share, export this, download. What the heck? I did this already. Cancel. How do I cancel this? Legit don't want to do this right now. Reload. We got interrupted. Coco worked right here in the browser, so this tab close the work. Resume. Dismiss. Save as standalone HTML. The current design. What the heck? One tidy up left if you want. The other static buttons, input fields, cards in preview, not duplicated. I am so confused. Oh. Let's ask her. Let's ask a question. What HTML file do I need? Why am I typing this out? What HTML file do I need to look at or run in my browser to run this standalone file that you created? Where is it been? Where is that file been created? How do I download everything I need to run that standalone file? Coding with AI is so much different than coding on your own. It's so interesting because it's like doing things on its own. So you're like trying to figure out what the heck it just did. I mean, it's good to see, like you can see the changes it makes, but I honestly don't like this web interface at all. I don't like it. I want to get away from using it. The only reason I'm trying it is because I want to see what's included in the design system, how it creates design systems. All right, let's download it. Apparently, it created this display type file, which I don't know why it's named with a space in between it. When did anyone ever name a HTML file with a space in between it? What the heck is going on? Can you please update this file to not have a space in between it? I'm not sure why you would put a space in between an HTML file in the name of it. Display type HTML should have no space. And I'd like to just call it design.html or index.html, something that's more realizing that this is the root of the file system. I probably should just ask it more directly. Can you change the display type.html to index.html? Thank you. See, now that's the key. I think giving it more information is just more complicated, honestly. delete it so I can download it again. And then hopefully this time it'll finally be able to load in the browser. What? This is a disaster of a system. I do not like this design system thing. I think I'm gonna totally just what's the best way to, like, if I were to, I already have a design created in Figma and I try to transfer it to Claude Design, and that didn't work properly. So then I spent a bunch of time trying to reconfigure it in the way that I want it to be to match the original design in Figma. But now I'm just trying to get it off of there and it's just a mess. So I think what I'd like to do is start a new folder from scratch, understand how Claude interprets design layout. Like, if I just give it a design.md file and I just create everything I want to give it from a standpoint of like what the design is, how it looks, then can I just start working with Claude Code and just start using the claude.md file to tell it how I want the code to run, and the design.md file how I want the designs to be, and just work from there? Because honestly, don't want to be creating all of these like HTML assets that represent different design elements and everything, like, which is what the design system seems to be doing. It seems to be creating different HTML elements, like little pieces of the code that like kind of can just like be dropped into a page or something like that, which is nice. Like, it's definitely nice to have that reference. I just suppose I'm more or less just trying to design the actual pages the way I want them to be, and then just using the actual design of the app or the interface that I'm creating as the reference. I don't really want to use references to then create the design. I just want to create the design as the reference. I'm assuming Claude can do that just fine. Let's see how this responds back to me.
It sounds incredibly frustrating to spend hours fighting an AI's layout engine when you already have a clear vision in Figma. The approach you are suggesting, separating the visual blueprint, design.md, from the functional logic, claude.md, is actually a brilliant way to take back control. Claude can absolutely handle this, but you have to break it out of that component library loop it gets stuck in. Here is the best way to structure this clean slate, how Claude actually interprets layouts, and how to get your pages built exactly how you want them without the modular mess. How Claude interprets layout. Claude doesn't see structural depth the way a browser or Figma does. It reads documentation as a hierarchy of intent. If you give it small component chunks, it builds small component files. If you give it a page-level blueprint, it builds a page. To get pixel-perfect or high-fidelity translation from a text file, Claude relies heavily on the Flexbox grid mental model. It translates spatial positioning, left, right, stacked, best when you explicitly define the container mechanics. Design tokens, it needs a strict visual vocabulary, colors, spacing, typography, defined at the top, or it will hallucinate variations on every single page. Setting up your new Scratch folder. Instead of letting Claude generate individual, disconnected HTML assets, you are going to define the global rules first, then feed it page blueprints. Here is how to structure your new workspace. 1. Design.md, the visual reference. Use this file as your single source of truth for how things look. Keep it high level and token based. Markdown design system and page blueprints. #1. Global visual tokens. Colors. Primary. #hex brand. 2. Claude.md, the functional and tech rules. Use this file to tell Claude how to write the code for those pages. This is where you explicitly tell it to stop making fragmented components. Markdown engineering rules and instructions. #architecture rules. No fragmented components. Do not generate isolated modular HTML assets or tiny component files unless explicitly asked. Build full cohesive pages. Tech stack, React Native with Expo Go, styled using Tailwind, Native Wind, or your preferred styling method. State and logic. The best workflow from scratch. Now that your reference files are set up,
Okay, so basically, why this works better, you bypass the component trap. I don't necessarily mind creating components. I just want to understand how Claude likes to interpret how to do things. Like, I just want to know how Claude thinks, like in its best way. Because if I create like say like a input field, or I create like a design for a button or something like that, I want it to be consistently be able to reuse it, and I want that to then just be part of the design. I want to know. I want the AI to know how to reference it properly, so it can use it without creating slight variations of like using slight variations, and I don't want it to accidentally do that. So I think my mindset is currently thinking that this design.md file is the one source of truth for how the design should work and look and layout, and it you can reference different parts of your app and different components to say what that is, and then reuse it later on. And then for the Claude code .md file, that's how you reference how you want your code to be written, and what the project is, and the, the SDKs and blah 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 blah, the types of languages you want to use in the code. So that's how I am looking at it right now, and I'm gonna keep going and working on my project in that way. And if I run into issues that tell me that it needs more information than that, then I'll just adjust as I'm working. But right now, I just don't want to be using this Claude design web user interface, because it just makes things, in my opinion, it makes things complicated, unnecessarily complicated. And so I don't even want to use it, quite frankly. And I installed the MCP server for being able to connect to it, which not even sure if I really even want to use it for anything. So I'll leave it there. I'll leave it connected, but just in case, I don't know. I might detach it, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's just honestly get back to the file system, because I like working in file systems. I like working in the command line. It's way more straightforward. This is a disaster of a situation happening. I want to delete that. I don't care about that right now. And this also is a disaster. It's not a disaster, but it's just not what I want to do. So I don't want a design system like that. I'm going to move this to the trash. And let's test something out really quickly so we can figure out how, because I kind of have my idea already working in this test project. So I'm gonna just test a couple things out and see if this is working, because this wasn't working before. Yesterday, this is where I left off, and I was trying to get this project loaded onto my phone, essentially. And I wanted to, let's see, which directory is this? This is the one I deleted. So I can X out of this. Let's exit this and then clear this out. This isn't even actually accurate anymore. So let's go here. Let's go here. And let's see if we can start this up. I think what was happening is my phone. Where's my phone? Because I want to run npm start on this. And what just happened? Using development mode, switch to Expo Go. Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out how to get this in development mode. Let me go get my phone real quick. Where is it at? Where is my phone at? Where are you? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, so let's see if we can load this QR code onto my phone real quick. Development build. QR code. Expo Go. Login. Wait a second. No usable data found. What the heck? Yesterday this was working, so let me ask a question in here. I'm running Expo Go project in development mode, and I scanned the QR code from my phone, and it says no data found on the QR code. What's going on?
That is incredibly frustrating. You're ready to test your app. You point your camera. 1. Your terminal is distorting the QR code, most common. If your terminal font is too big, too small, or has strange line spacing, the QR code breaks. It looks fine to you, but to a camera, the alignment squares are warped. The fix: zoom out in your terminal, press CTRL plus or CMD plus a few times, and run npx expo start again to generate a fresh, crisp QR code. 2. You're using the wrong scanner, iOS versus Android. The rules for scanning Expo QR codes changed a while back, and doing it the wrong way can throw errors. If you are on iOS, you cannot scan it from inside the Expo Go app. You must use the native iOS camera app. If you are on Android, open the Expo Go app and use the Scan QR code button directly inside the app. 3. Bypass the camera entirely, the quickest fix. If the camera is giving you attitude, just bypass it. You can manually input the address. Look at your terminal right above or below the QR code. You'll see a line that looks like EXP 192.168.x8081. On Android, open Expo Go, tap Enter URL manually, and type that exact address in. On iOS, open your phone's Safari browser, type that EXP address into the URL bar, and hit Go. It will prompt you to open the link in Expo Go. 4. Switch to tunnel mode. If your computer and phone are on different Wi-Fi networks, or your router has client isolation turned on, Expo might be generating a weird or unreadable local host address. Try starting your server with a tunnel, which generates a universal URL. Bash npx expo start tunnel. Note, if you haven't used this before, it might ask you to install the Expo ngrok package. Just say yes.
Well, I know that I didn't set up the I didn't finish setting up the iOS what's it called? There's something you have to do for iOS app development. Um I'm pretty sure you have to pay like $100 or something to Apple in order to actually do this, if I'm not wrong.
That is incredibly frustrating. That $99 Apple developer account fee is only required when you are ready to do one of two things. Submit your final app to the public Apple App Store. Expo documentation. Build custom native code using EAS Build to distribute test versions over the air via test flight. Since you are just starting out with Expo Go in development mode, you can bypass all of that. Expo Go acts as a universal sandbox, meaning they've already done the heavy lifting of putting a pre-compiled native app on the App Store for you to use. If you are seeing no data found on iOS, it's strictly a technical hurdle with how the phone is reading the code, your network setup, or the app. Download the free Expo Go app onto your iPhone from the App Store if you haven't already. Open the native iOS camera app instead and point it at the terminal QR code. If it still fails, your computer and phone aren't talking, because your phone is trying to load the JavaScript bundle directly from your computer over your local network. They have to be perfectly synced. Make sure both your iPhone and your computer are on the exact same Wi-Fi network. If you are on a public network, a restricted apartment Wi-Fi, or your router has security features blocking local traffic, just kill your server and start it with a tunnel to bypass the network security entirely. Bash npx expo start tunnel. Save that $99 for later when your app is
Okay, let's try this out. Let's try clear this and I'm seeing a URL that starts with this, not what you said above.
Ah, that explains exactly what is going on. That URL format, Xplustis Expo Development Client, means your project is currently configured to look for a development build, not the standard Expo Go app. The difference: Expo Go is a generic sandbox app you download from the App Store. It uses URLs that start with EXP. A development build is a completely custom version of Expo Go that you build yourself, specifically tailored to your app's unique native plugins. It uses the Xplusher app name format. Because your terminal is outputting a development client URL, the standard Expo Go app doesn't know what to do with it, resulting in that no data found or unreadable error. How to fix it? You need to tell Expo to switch back from development build mode to Expo Go mode. Go to your terminal where the project is running and press Ctrl+C to stop the server. Restart your server, but explicitly force it into Expo Go mode by running bash npx expo start go.
My project is running in developer build mode, and I need it to be running in Expo Go mode. How do you switch a project from running in development build client, dev client to running in Expo Go? What is the command to start in Expo Go mode, and does removing Expo dev client matter? Hmm. Wait, what does this say? What is the command to start Expo Go? Does removing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I just update this myself. Let's see if this works. Can you wait? Can you please update my Expo Go project to SDK version 454? What's the command to clear the Claude context window? Man K. I used Expo installed, followed by Expo install fix, so every dependency was realigned to the exact version 45 builds, not handpicked. To start script is Expo Go start, so you'll keep launching Expo Go mode. Just make sure the Expo Go in your app or device related build supports it. Heads up, your agent.md points to want me to update reference. Odd code is giving gesture. What the? Gotta check my microphone preferences. Oh, okay. Let me take my left ear out real quick. Okay, mm, Odd code is giving me a suggestion of what to say, and I'm wondering how to um quickly type that suggestion, use it, because I don't want to have to retype it. I just want to. It's like grayed out. How do I allow the grayed out text to be not grayed out anymore? Boom! That's cool. You should tab. Let's try this out. It's working. It's actually working. This is the developer menu. It gives you access to useful tools in Explorer. You can shake the device or long press anywhere on screen with 2 fingers to get back anytime. Shake the device or press anywhere with 3 fingers. Oh. Okay, so I had so here's what's happening. I gotta figure out how to share my phone screen when I run these things. Is there a way to run Expo Go? Wait, can I ask chat something really quickly? Is there a way to run Expo Go on the computer? Desktop app or something like that? The official native route. If you're on a Mac, you can run the official Apple iOS simulator. This is a pixel perfect interaction. Install Xcode, download. Expo start, press W. Uh, I need to install these dependencies in my React project. Dude, AI is insane. This shit's insane. I usually don't swear that much. I cannot describe how crazy AI is. I was a software engineer for like 10 years, and the fact that I can tell AI what to do and then it just does it is so cool. And for something like this, like I'm almost too in the weeds. Like people have been telling me that you don't have to get so in the weeds of things. Like I get in the weeds of things because I know how it works. So I think it's better to just interact with it like a normal person would. But I know how the code works, so I want to see it do its thing kind of at the same time. But I'll get better over time at just not getting so into the weeds of things. You know what I mean? Okay, so if I inspect this in like a phone version, this is what I'm seeing on my phone. So if I were to show you my phone right now, you'll see. I don't know why it looks all weirded like that, but that's like the app I'm seeing in Expo Go. And that's exactly what I'm seeing on my computer right here. Um, so essentially, I'm not exactly sure. Let's just try doing it on the phone for now. Um, so if I go to my phone, and what it should do is it should give me a 555555. I don't know why it did that, but it did that. Because that's what AI just did. It created it on its own. Kind of made a bad input field, by the way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Dude, it worked. Okay, but it doesn't parse it. It doesn't actually like it doesn't actually parse the actual text into a phone number. So I'm gonna have it parse it into the phone number right now. Let's try that out. Can you please make it so when I enter in the phone number, it parses the text so it looks like a phone number, like it adds the correct um hyphens and things like that. Okay, let's see what it does. When I'm updating code with Expo Go in React Native app, can it update the phone live, and can it update, like, do I have to restart the server and run Expo start again, or can I just leave it running as I'm updating code? It, as long as your computer is running, you are on the same server. Anytime you modify a file, save it. It will change instantly, inject into your app on the fly. State preservation: if you are typing in a form, model open, fast refresh will usually update the UI or silently without resetting the component state or kicking you back to the home page. Force reloading if anything gets stuck. Occasionally you might make a major. Press R to force reload the build. Press Command R. Shake the phone and bring developer to home page, tap reload. Okay. So R force reloads it, opens it in the browser. Open iOS simulator. Let's try that. This thing is dope. Let's make this change first. And then let's run this iOS simulator and see what that does. Because it formats on every keystroke, deleting also reflows correctly. Backspacing over the removes the last digit. The Expo Air. The Expo Dev client package is installed, but a development build is not installed. Launching Expo Go. If you want to use buildability, you need to create and install one first. Oh, so I can't do that yet. Alright, well, let's just run this again. So I'm running the app on my phone right now. And it's working. So let's see if the text is, because what I wanted to do is when I enter the phone number, before it wasn't actually parsing out the phone number into now it did that. And it used to take me as a developer like an hour or so to, I mean, maybe not an hour, but it took me at least 30 minutes to code something like that. And I just did that in 5 seconds. So the fact that AI can do this is insane, and I feel unstoppable right now. So this is crazy. What was that? Whoa. This is React Native developer console tools, so I can see what's happening. That's cool. Debugging things. Whoops. Sorry, I don't even know if I was showing that. I just figured out how to open the debugger window. That's all. Launching DevTools. That's what I did. Okay, so how long have I been streaming for? I don't even know. Let me check real quick. I've been streaming for approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes. I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm not gonna get off. I'm gonna keep streaming. I just need to go to the bathroom. It looks like we had some people watching for a minute, so I'm really grateful for everybody who's come on here. So let me just go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back. Um, okay, I'm back. And is my speaker still connected? I have one ear in on my headphones. So I'm just trying to make sure that it's working still. And it is. My eyes are kind of hurting a little bit. Okay. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to let's drop in this camera. I'm going to try to access the camera with React Native and have Cloud Code do all the work. So first thing I want to do is just exit out of this, and let's get this dropped into the same folder as well. Let's run Claude, and if I can spell Claude, where are you? Should be in here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so we got Claude up and running inside of this new folder. Now what I want to do is I want to. Oh wait, I actually don't want it to be running in this folder. Let's clear this out. Control C. Control C. How do I quit out of Claude without typing exit? Is there a way to quit out of Claude code without typing exit in the command line? Why is this website not working? I just want to type my code in. Yes. Control D. Control C. If Claude is actively running a process or you want to quit the input, Control C will kill it. Control D, this will stand alone terminal in. Let's see. Let's try Control D. Control D. Oh, you have to hit it twice. Alright. So let's do this. Let's have it create. Can you create me a Expo Go React Native project that as a simple button at the bottom with a camera icon. When you click it, it pulls up the native camera on the phone, and then whatever image you take, it displays that image on the screen. And if I click the video button again, it'll bring up to take a photo and then display that image, the next image, and delete the previous image that was taken without saving it into the native photo library on the phone. Just save it into the app, but delete it. And also give me an option to clear the folder with the photos in it, wherever the photos are being saved on the phone. I just want a button within the app that says clear all photos or delete all photos. Razzle dazzling. So let's see let's see. What I'm trying to see is that, one second, it's asking me a question. Do you want to proceed? Checking working directory. Yes, and don't ask again. Okay. So what I want to find out is if with this Expo Go and everything, can it access the native Photos app? Hopefully on Android and iPhone. I'd have to pull out my Android device to check that if this is actually working, but I gotta tighten my mirror thing here. 1 second. Oh, okay, 1 second. Why does this keep asking me questions? I gotta turn this off. Does Claude ever make changes outside of the directory that it's working or no? But even if I have don't ask me any to verify any questions, it will still not make changes outside of the current folder. But it will ask me if it wants to, even if I have don't ask me any questions. Or how does it work when you have the don't ask me any questions setting on? Okay, so basically what that comes down to is yes. Is it possible to enable to not ask me any more prompts while it's in the middle of executing something? Is I'm getting a lot of questions right now. Okay, I'm gonna let this run for a minute. Error. Error writing file. Interesting. Is there a website? Uh, is there a website or somewhere I can paste text and then it gets redisplayed on the screen as if it's like a blog post or something like that? Like simply, easily. I don't need to actually post it anywhere. I just want the content of what I post to actually be shared as it's text on the screen and not just in an input field, but actually like in on the web page. What? So if I just take this,
Hello? Online Markdown Editor.
the heck?
Hello? Text. How to run it. CD, users, admin, GitHub Laniday, camera NPX Expo, start, then open Expo, go on your phone and scan the QR code, phone and computer on what it does. Camera button, blue circle with A at the bottom, opens the native camera. Take a shot and it displays full screen. Tap it again, take another photo. The new image replaces the old one on screen and the previous file is deleted. Delete all photos button, confirmation prompt, then wipes the whole photos folder and clears the screen. Where photos
I need the Expo Go project to be available for SDK 54, not 57. Okay, so apparently, just to update what's happening, is the Xcode project, Expo Go project is finished, and apparently it is going to access the camera and then display whatever image is taken on the screen, and then allow me to delete where the photos are taken. So let's try it out. I'm just gonna run npm start and see what happens, and it should just pull up, and I should be able to get this on my phone. Let's try it out. There we go. Okay, so here's what it created. I can show you. It made a simple tap the camera button to take a photo. So let's try it. Allow. Let's just take a photo of a live stream. Use photo. There, it worked. Displayed the photo I just took on the top, and delete all photos is right there. If I take another photo, it should delete the OG one. Should delete the OG one. Delete all photos. Delete. This will permanently remove the photos saved in the app. Continue. There. It worked. And it saved none of the photos to my photo library. Boom. Wow. That's crazy. That's actually kind of cool. And it worked. So I think this is gonna end the stream today. My eye's kind of hurting me. I want to take the designs, the ideas, and the things that I have currently, and get them into a project, a working project that's managed by Claude Code. And what I was doing today was just messing around, seeing how to get a working app that's doing something, at least something interesting, onto my phone, make it sync so I can start developing something. And I don't know if I'm going to have this ready for tomorrow or not, but what I want to do is be able to share, like, because you know how I'm putting my phone up to the screen, I'm showing you what's on my phone. I kind of want to plug a cable into my phone and then be able to show it on the screen what's going on my phone. So I'm going to try to set that up for a different day. All right, well, that concludes stream for today, and I will be on here tomorrow. So for day number 3. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys are playing around with Claude and figuring new things out just like me. So catch you later.